Hey you guys, it's Jordan here, or Tyros, and today, I just wanted to make another update for my art log thing that I have going on here. So I'm starting to realize that my forms are starting to get a little better. It's been taking a lot of out of the box thinking and I guess just manipulation. I don't know the proper word, and this isn't scripted or anything like that, so it's hard to come up with like a legit way to explain it. But basically, what this is I spend a lot of my time drawing people in armor instead of drawing the figure itself, because the way I thought about doing it was finding a way to reverse engineer the form of the human body. To people that are way more experienced than I am, this probably sounds like bullshit, but the way I see it, if I can figure out why armor has certain gaps and rivets there, I can apply that to how the body should look. It's like drawing clothing before you draw the body, or think of like a tailored suit, right? You find out why the suit is skinnier here or broader here, because of the forms of the body. And I look at, like, under this, maybe I would draw, let's just grab a red. Alright, so I would draw I'll draw like a head, and then, the arms, like that, to indicate that, see, this person is, standing like that. Now, obviously, the shoulder would not go out that far, depending on how close it is to the camera, right? I'm still figuring all that stuff out. But watching a lot of videos has been helping me to understand these things a little better. And honestly, I must say, it's hard to make these videos, mainly because, I'm not where I want to be art or skill-wise yet. But I'm using this as a way for anybody, and I don't know how anybody would find this video, because there's no one out there that really uploads the early stages of what they do while they're in those stages, right? Everyone seems to start recording and stuff like that once they've already gotten to where they wanted to get, and their focus mainly is just on getting better from there. I want to do things the other way, where I upload things while I'm in the middle of learning how to draw things. So I'll go ahead and show one of my previous drawings. Oh god, that's the house phone, sorry about that. My aunt calls like 18 times a day, even when we answer the phone. I don't know why. So here's one of my drawings, or sketches, I want to say. I don't consider a finished drawing, but as you can see, I'm starting to get proportions down a little better than I used to. And when I look back on my first videos, I'm not really too worried about the whole color thing. I just try to include that so I at least know how colors work a little better and what color complements the other, stuff like that. It's really simple. Well, I won't say it's really simple, but it's simple how I add it in. I don't really add them in to refine it, but basically, so it's just not Jesus Christ. So it's not like this, basically, so that I can read better. And then, obviously, throughout the day, I'll draw other things, let me see if I can, like this, right? I'll do really simple sketches that have a little, minimal color and minimal, trying to turn this thing down, minimal color and minimal attention to it, let's just say that. This one, I'm not too happy with this one. I could have definitely put more time into it. That's one of the things that bugs me about drawing multiple things on one page. I'll spend so much time refining one that by the time I move on to the next one, I don't refine it as much, and I don't pay as much attention to it. And another thing to note right now is that I haven't really moved into the whole legs part, but I'm starting to get to the point where I'm really comfortable with the upper part of the body. Some things still need to change, but overall, I think I got it. I'm starting to get that and understand what goes where. I don't fully understand it, which is why these are drawn in segments or if you want my whole excuse for it, these are basically like sentinels or something like that. Some kind of elemental crystal living armor type deal where like it's basically floating pieces that all just stick to each other, like a transformer with the floating pieces or something. I don't know. Think Forerunners. Like I don't really have a solid idea for that, but that's just my bullshit excuse for that until I at least understand what I'm doing. But yeah, that's just another example of that. I'm gonna save that because I like the little red pitch right there. And then let's see if I can just find a random one. Okay, so this is another one. Like I said, like this is one of my first attempts to draw like the legs. They're probably out of position a lot, and you know, that's okay, you know, because like I said, I'm mainly focused on, you know, this part of the body right now. I'm trying to understand how that works before I move on to, like, you know, the hips and the legs, and then last but not least, the feet. Like if I were to try to draw someone with, like, if I wanted to draw, like, say, full set of armor, right? Okay, we got like a body plate here. You could just give like a, I don't know, some shoulder pad, right? And then on this side, we're gonna have a smaller shoulder pad, not too crazy, right? And then right here we have a little part that normally protects the front of the neck for someone's head or neck. Sorry, I just have, you know, this is just a helmet or a head, right? Just pretend this is a sick helmet, right? And this is where it starts getting scary for me because I don't really know what to do beyond this point. At this point, literally, I just start, you know, sketching random. Like, okay, this is like in the middle of your bicep, I think it's called. And then right here is where you start getting down to the elbow spot, right? That would be right here. And then, you know, the forearm, and then the hands. But in order, like, since I can't, like, I haven't studied armor to the point where, like, I know where these things go. So if I were to try to draw, like, with just wing it, right, I'd probably draw some really baggy pants because I don't really understand how, like, I can barely even draw baggy pants without it looking like anyways, it's a process. I'm really glad that you know, I'm able to joke around with it. I know a lot of people make fun of their art. Like, I try not to do that because, first off, like, when you, to some people, when I'm watching, like, art tutorials or even just art videos in general, when someone, like, you know, they doubt themselves when they're, like, at a way higher position than I am as far as, like, art talent, I guess, or the ability to draw. Let's just say that. It makes me feel like shit, right? And I'm pretty sure it makes anybody else feel like shit. But, like, at the same time, it can be used to motivate you. Like, okay, if this guy thinks that, or this girl, whatever, if they think this drawing is bad, like, holy shit, they should see my drawings. Or, like I don't know. You never know with these things. But anyways, I think that's it for this video. I never really, let me close this real quick and see if I can find anything else that I can show real quick. Oh no, I think I oversaved. I think I saved over. Oh no, I did. Fuck. I saved over one of my drawings from earlier today. But here's another one. I don't know if I showed this in my last one. Let me actually look on my YouTube channel real quick and see if I posted, or when I posted that video. That way I can see, there you go. Oh shit. Yeah, I did. I think I did. Wait, no, I didn't, actually. Wait, did I? I didn't. Yes. Alright, I have new stuff to show off. Let's go. Alright, so, yeah, these are some other sketches that I've done. Like I said, just trying to understand the upper body a little bit more, understand where things go. And then with this one was actually really cool. I had a lot of fun, like trying to draw things from the upper, like instead of drawing like an arm piece like this, right? I ended up drawing it like, you know, where you could see like on the inside of the top of it, and then just try to like make it still make sense. That was pretty fun, trying to do that. And then on the other hand, I also, you know, did the same thing with this part and this part. Not so much this part, I wish I did. And then like right here, I had like a little opening in the armor to kind of show like, yeah, this is I don't know. Now the only complaint that I would have with this one is that the back looks like it's made of paper right here, right? Like it could have probably went to like right here or something, and in the bag or backpack or whatever this is, it shows right there. But you know, you can't make them perfect every time. I probably spent like 10 minutes for each of these, but and some of you guys are probably wondering, or no one watches these videos, but somebody would probably wonder like, hey, you know, if you make drawings of this quality, decent quality, I guess, why don't you just do these all day? Well, the issue with that is that it gets repetitive. Like, it's like, all right, by time, like, okay, starting at number 1, I'm like full of ideas, right? By the time I get to number 2, I'm already like, okay, what's my next one actually gonna be? That's why number 3 seems like a robot, and these others one seem medieval, right? And this one was like an elemental type thing, right? So like I was planning on having like little lava cracks and stuff like that throughout the armor, but you know, it's just like random like red, right? But it just starts, you know, and then at this point, you know, they get to speak, child, speak. They start to get smaller, right? Like they start to get gradually smaller, a little shyer, and then I had this little flag here. That was pretty cool. That was fun to draw. Like I was trying to figure out like how would a flag actually fall down if it were attached to a pole like that. So that was pretty cool. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see, what other ones do I have here? Okay, this is, I don't think I showed this one. This is another one. I actually streamed and did this one, and I got no viewers, but hey, we all start somewhere, right? And again, I'm sorry, like, if my fans are really loud, like, it's so hot. It's so hot. But yeah, I did one, like, quote, fully rendered. Like, this is, like, the best I can go, as far as I can go right now, as far as, like, quote, rendering. I don't really understand rendering at all right now, so maybe someday down the line I can understand that a little better, and be able to execute that better. And then I also started with other sketches. So this was obviously a sketch at one point, but like these are other sketches that could have been taken to the same level. You know, every sketch that I draw can be taken to this level, which is just basically like, you know, just colored in and all that stuff. This is another one that I did. Not too happy with this one, but I got a cool like armband thing going on here that I liked a lot, with like, you know, fur or something like going under it, but I wasn't able to execute it that well, or at least I don't think I was. And then I have, you know, like little spikes coming out. I don't know what I plan to do with that, but it looked pretty cool. I wish I would have spent more time on it, but then again, like, I try not to spend too much time on one drawing, right? Because it gets to the point where like, okay, this drawing is like a lost cause at this point. Like, I'd probably be better off starting over or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe like, you know, one day I can just dedicate, you know, to one project and just try to render something as far as I can. But normally that takes multiple days, because by the time I get done coloring the base thing and making other changes to the drawing, my brain starts to give out on me. So yeah, and then these are just some like head drawings of like a robot and like a drone looking thing. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's see. This one I showed already. I didn't show this one. I like I said, just another paint, more paint styled. Like I tried to, you know, make it better, but couldn't really nail it. Like there's something missing that it was driving me crazy. So I just decided to move on from it, leave it there. and go on to the next one. So that was that. Yeah, but I had another August 14th one, but I don't know what happened to it. Like every now and then I accidentally draw over. Every now and then I accidentally draw over one of my drawings, so it always ends up or no, every day I end up, like every other day I end up saving one to the same date. Instead of saying like August 9th to, I'll say just August 9th, and then next thing you know, the next one the one that I did previously that day gets deleted. So I have to be very careful for that. The only reason why I put the date on there is just so I know how many I've done in X month, X month, and then like compare it to last year. So last year in 2018, I probably made only about like 50 drawings, if that, and this year I'm trying so hard, to just push as much as I can out, just push myself as much as I can. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, or I hope you enjoyed Future Jordan. So yeah, I'll see you later, man. Later.